Hi, everybody, and welcome to the chat. I'm Carrie, and this is Jesse. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. DMC Productions, John Larson, and the Zen Ginger. Thank you for being here. I honestly don't have a topic kind of like normal to talk about. And if you guys have any suggestions on what you want to talk about tonight or any questions, just leave it down in the chat below and we'll try to get to it the best we can. Did you want to say hello?
Yeah, and it's super hot where we're at.
It's like 92 degrees out
100
there.
degrees a day and 90% humidity. So I was sweating.
Yeah, it's like instantly you go outside and it's just instantly sweat.
Stifling, takes your breath away.
It did rain yesterday for like 10 to 15 minutes, and I honestly think it just made
Psychedelic hippocampus. I can say a big one. I said a big word. Psychedelic hippocampus.
But yeah, with the tubs outside being so hot, it seems like 1 minute they're fine, and the next minute, to me personally, I do think that the water's getting a little too hot. But everything, there's a lot of fry out there in the tub, so I guess everything's doing okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those. Hippocampus wants to know how the Pike live bearers are doing.
They're actually doing really well. I don't have any fry in that tank that I've noticed yet, but the males have started to kind of get along better. The one male that was always hiding out doesn't seem to be so hid all the time. It seems like they're, instead of just a solid trio, they're all four getting along, because I do have 2 males and 2 females. And it's still, some foods that I feed them work better than others, but they enjoy the bloodworms, the fibrobites, and the krill flakes right now is what they seem to be enjoying. So far so good, but I do hope for fry soon, but I do honestly think they need an upgrade. I think they need more room.
Oh, the killifish?
Well, the pike.
Yeah, the pike.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the killifish family, I believe. Unless
I
I'm
think so.
wrong. If I'm wrong,
so.
somebody can call me out on it.
But they're still live bears. They're known as pike live bears or the pike killifish, but they're live bears.
Oh, that makes sense. Hi, Tim. I said Tim was up there. I got sidetracked with a question. My bad.
I did order some plants from Oddball Aquatics that I added to that pike live bear tank. I think I added the pennywort and the water wisteria that I ordered from her, and the plants are doing well because I've never had live plants in that tank. I've always had plastic plants because I had the goldfish in there and they eat everything. So I did add some plants, and if I can ever learn to edit again, I will show you.
Yeah, she's way behind on
I'm way
videos,
behind.
guys. Sorry,
Yeah.
her bad.
Yeah. I don't know if I've told anybody this, but I have really bad headaches and migraines really bad, and it seems since it's been so hot outside and then we'll have like a quick rain, my headaches have gone crazy, and I'm just eating Excedrin migraine like no other. And because of that, the tanks and everything have been fed and cared for, but I've been a little lazy on the YouTube stuff, and editing is the hardest thing out of everything I do for the fish room. Editing is the hardest.
Yeah, and if there's anybody out there that is super good with plants, I have a few different types we transplanted from inside to outside at the beginning of the year.
This
And
one, right?
boy, the heat.
I don't know if you see this one above his head.
They don't like the water that warm, but they like to propagate when the water's that warm. Either it's a mechanism for them to survive. If they're making tons of babies, but they look awful. They're super dark purple, but they just keep multiplying.
Yeah, it's the hydrophilia that's in this guppy tank right here above his head, that long one.
Yeah.
That's right there.
And then the Valcinarius.
Yeah, we added a little bit of that, and it's a really
Tiffany.
dark purplish color. And we thought we destroyed it. We honestly did. We were like, I don't know. But it is growing quite well. It just doesn't look very green.
Yeah, they melted back really hard. And then the next thing you knew, they started, ribosomes just boom, boom, boom. They just started taking off like crazy.
Speaking of Tiffany White, I watched one of your tub videos, and you had the floating basket with I think you had the long fin white cloud.
Hey, Haley.
And I have the short fins, and I totally stole your idea with the floating baskets. I put some kind of plant in it, and then I started scooping my fry into that basket, and it worked great until the adults got into the basket.
Yeah, until the adults figured out they get it. But it did save a bunch of them.
Yeah, it did save. And there's a few that are actually starting to color up and get quite a bit bigger. And there's always fry. No matter what time you look in there, there's always fry. But I was getting really nervous on if they were actually growing. But they are. But I did steal your idea.
Thank you, Zen Ginger. That makes me feel better. Thank you very much. Because mine are an awesome deep shade of purple because they are getting some serious sun.
Purple's my favorite color, so it works out great.
They're getting some serious sun, but
and the algae,
they're still doing well.
We're getting so good at growing algae, you guys. Let me tell you.
Yeah, is there a market for algae? Does anyone need any type of different types of algae? I can market that like crazy. I will ship it to you for free. Yeah,
because with the sun outside being like so hot and my inability to ever turn off a light in the fish room, let me tell you guys,
between the inside and the outside tubs, boy, we got some serious stuff going.
I'm doing great. But yeah, everything's doing good.
The baskets are zip tied. The side.
Yeah. Hers is a lot fancier than mine.
Haley wants to know how the oddball wants to know how the plants.
They're good. They're really good. They would have done better if I remembered to take them out of the bucket sooner. They're
doing fine. We moved them around in a bunch of tanks.
They are doing good. I couldn't tell you. I put some.
Hey, Chattanooga Ed, what's up, bud?
I put some in the Pike tank. I put them in the quarantine tank, and then I put some, I think, up there in that guppy tank up there. I spread them everywhere, Haley.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
In fact, I need more already.
Yeah.
And the rice fish, going back to the tubs, I will have to say with the rice fish, they were doing great. I had so many fry with the pearl rice fish, the Pearl Galaxy, and then I was starting to get a bunch of fry from the blue ones. I forget what they're called now that I'm talking about them. But I will say that when the fry grow up, you need to move the slightly larger fry
back with the adults.
Into the adults.
Quickly.
They didn't get along at first. I moved 3, but now they're doing good because they were starting to eat all of the new fry. So I still have plenty. I still have more than I really know what to do with. So I ordered them from Aquatic Arts where Haley works.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a learning curve with that. You actually need 3 different tubs if you're doing rice fish.
I need more
tubs. You need one for the adults, one for the teeny tiny babies, and then one for the juveniles. Mm-hmm. That was a learning curve for sure.
Yeah, and then I've ordered the CPDs, the Celestial Pearl Danios.
Yeah, Zen needs a
And
wrench.
they're doing I know I need any moderators. Any of you guys you're all my friends. You'll all do a good job.
I just seen Tiffany put it in.
Uh-huh. I don't really know. I'm assuming you have to just click add, but I'm not really sure where the click add button is because I don't know.
Well, when it comes to computers, don't ask me, sweetheart.
Yeah, and don't ask me. I had my best friend when I lived in Springfield full time. He always took care of the computer stuff, and I always took care of like the customer service, like in person stuff, because we worked at the salon, and so I would always do like I just had a horrible haircut, and I don't know what to do, and he always took in. And now I wish I would have took lessons a little bit better because I don't know how to do anything with like Photoshop or any of that stuff. That's the reason the editing stuff for YouTube is so difficult because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I can tear any fish tank apart. I can tear any pump apart. If you have hardware questions, I can rip stuff apart and fix it. But boy, computers are not my thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Joseph. He's going vroom vroom in my brand new Lambo.
But I did actually get some Splendens too recently that I think I was talking about not too long ago that kind of got lost in the mail, but they're doing really well. They need a bigger tank too.
Well, you might as well just tell that story.
Well, I think I did when I was talking to Fishy Biz.
Oh, okay.
But it cut out. But I ordered them, and neither one of us expected them to be stuck in New Jersey for like a week. But I ordered them from Get Gills, and of course everybody there knows how to ship amazing. And they came in terrific after like being in a box for 2 weeks. And
it wasn't as hot then as it is now, but it was hot.
I threw them in this little 10-gallon quarantine tank because I just didn't know what I was going to get when I opened the box, but they all are doing so well. And now that I think it's Petco has the $1 sale, I was going to put them in a 20 long, and kind of switch some things around. But I'm thinking now, since it's the $1 sale, well, the biggest problem is I just don't know where to put it.
Zen Ginger, that's not a shameless promotion. I love the plants. I'm the plant and hardware freak, so that is not a shameless promotion.
Yeah, that's what kind of got them into was the hardware and the fixing filters and all of that type of stuff. The hardware.
There's so much stuff you can repurpose in this hobby and reuse and do other things with that got my interest, I should say.
Yeah. And I enjoy the fish, obviously, but I really got into the plants more than I kind of thought I would because it seemed like the next step because I've always just had the plastic stuff. But the more I watched all the videos, the more I got curious about it. And now I just can't. I wish I knew the names better. I can't remember names for the life of me. But
that's my problem too. I'm horrible with the names. I can figure out what I need to do with them, and then with the exception of a few plants, when they say you can or can't grow them without CO2, then I'm like, it's a challenge. Challenge accepted. I'm gonna do it without CO2. I'm gonna figure it out. And then she gets mad at me because I start changing water parameters and doing different weird things.
He tries. At least I trust him to put your hands in the tank and clean the tank without like freaking out like I used to. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't do that. He's learned.
Yeah, she'll let me seal a 200-gallon tank and fix it and redo it and scape it. But no, once it's done, don't put your hands in it. It's mine now.
Well, he used to. Like, he does help me with, like, almost everything now. But in the beginning, like, it took some time for me to let him clean the inside and refill it because you would always put the water too fast. And he's learned a couple hard lessons of slowing down and taking your time.
Yeah.
Because when you put the water too fast, sometimes a few get splashed out and then I get mad.
I only did that once.
And always checking the fish bag.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I made a mistake one time.
Yes. I told you. Always check the fish bag, and when you check the fish bag.
Yeah, but I watched a YouTube video and I learned a new way to cut those type fish bags because apparently people are bagging them wrong.
Well,
so you have to do it differently if you're going to
know.
make sure and get all your fish out.
I don't know.
I did my research.
Everybody does a little different, and I don't know how to do it, so I don't know. But my next big step is convincing you that we need a bigger pond, and I want like a lazy river type pond. But I don't know if it's possible, but we'll try. We'll figure it out.
It's possible, but it's all work on me. So
it's the best. I feel like it's more fun and it's a bonding experience if we do it together, but we know something's gonna happen.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
There's always something to do. A fish room's never done, especially when you move outside. It's really never done. There's always something to do and some new project and some new scheme.
Yeah, she sent me to our local hardware store, and I had to go back, and I went back and talked to the manager. I wheeled and dealed for more 300-gallon outside tubs that are livestock tubs.
Yeah, there's like when you get into this hobby, I had like
that's a good one.
What?
DMC, look all you want, don't touch.
There's always something new to see.
That was definitely me in the beginning.
Yeah.
I could set everything up. I could build stands. I could do anything I wanted. I could air pumps, whatever I wanted to try. That was fine. Yeah, but once there was water in the tank, don't get near it. Leave it alone. Look from afar.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have the habit, because we have so much going on with the kids and everything, that when we do stuff, we have a tendency to try to just get it done as fast as we can if we don't take our time. And with the fish tanks, it's the opposite. I try to take my time and pay
At least attention. I don't get cussed at for telling him he's cutting something backwards.
No, he got cussed at when we put the swimming pool together, and he was going so fast. He put the filter. We tried to put 2 filters on it for some reason, but you put them backwards.
I inlined 2 filters on a pool for the kids.
It didn't
and
work
I
out
was
so
hurrying,
well.
And it was on the weekend, and I might have had a few adult beverages, and I hooked the in to the out, so it was actually feeding itself. Boy, did it grow some algae inside those filters. That was crazy.
I never got that pool clean that year. This year, it's great. You can actually swim in it.
So, yes, always make sure and read the directions on your flow and your directions.
Not rush through things.
Yeah, that was definitely my fault. I will take 100%.
It happens.
Credit for that one. That was a good one.
Oh, and another thing that we've tried and recently like drastically failed at is hatching baby brine shrimp.
We're gonna try it again. She went with a little bitty sample.
Yes.
Out of her aquarium box.
And they did hatch.
But not very many.
But the problem was stripping the unhatched eggs from the hatched baby brine shrimp. I have no idea.
He says, you mean read the suggestions? Yeah. Yes, hippocampus. Yeah. Read the suggestions and then modify afterwards. That is correct. Don't modify before. You'll mess it up every time.
Yeah. If you scoot over, he'll give you, if you can see his little precious plant. See if I can. It's right there.
There.
Yeah. And it's slowly trickling like out. This is water wisteria that's this, and I think this is an Anubis. And all through here, it's just little sprigs popping up through all that. And that's dirt and fluval stratum. And then...
Well, it's that cork, whatever that is.
There's a couple different things in there that we tried for the first time. The dirt underneath it. And then the fluval stratum. And then it's just like fluval stratum, but I can't remember. It came in a white bag.
There's Haley's plant over here in the corner.
The pennywort. It's in the corner.
Yeah.
But those scary tetras are doing really well. I haven't got them to spawn yet. But they're still doing good. They're growing and eating like crazy.
They're all in there.
Uh-huh. It seems like 1 week everything's super green and looks really good. And then the next week there will be some yellowing on some of the tips of the plants. But overall, they're doing really well. Better than I thought they would do.
I'm not good with acronyms. What's 88?
I'm not sure.
Ask Zen Ginger what it means.
I'm not sure. I'm not. But the guppies up here, all the plants are doing really well. There's tons of fry. They just don't pick up on the camera really well, that being this far away. But there's tons of fry in that tank. And even though it's a mutt guppy tank, they're some of the prettiest ones, honestly.
Rob 93 party people. Yeah, well.
Hey, Rob.
When it comes to fish, yeah, it's a party.
Uh-huh. It's where all the cool people hang out by their fish tank. I know I'm just itching to go to some kind of... I know the fish auction in St. Louis. I got an email through the Aquarium Society that they were having something soon, but it was limited to so many people and everybody had to wear masks. And I don't think they were allowing near the items. Instead of having like every tons of stuff, it wasn't going to last.
Are they going to limit the amount of people, you wonder?
Yeah.
I'd say so. I'd say they'll limit the sellers and the buyers.
We're going to be here. Even though it's not the best timing, we're going out of town in a couple weeks. As far as I know, everything's still good to go, but I'll let you know if that goes down.
Another flu ball type substrate.
Yeah. It might have been. Yeah, that actually, now that she says that, it rings a bell. Go in the junk room over there in that red bucket and see if it's the bags in that. And then that would actually just be wiser to show you. I know I saw it in one of Rachel O'Leary's videos, and because she used it, I needed to use it.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They had it in a glass enclosure at the fish store.
Yeah, this is the other one we use.
Yeah, this.
That's the other one we use, and I really like it.
I tried to use it sparingly, but sometimes I feel like the cheap sand from the hardware store does the best, but I try. Try something new every once in a while.
I think the actual, what's the name of the stuff, the actual perfect name of the stuff you get in the big brick?
That is Eco Complete, I think. It's the dirt stuff.
No, in the big brick, I got to break apart.
Yeah, it's dirt.
Yeah.
It's a soil. It's coconut ore.
Yeah, that.
And a big brick. That's what we use as.
When I say dirt, if you mix that with the cheap sand that you can get from your local hardware store, and then you top it off with a little bit, then you're golden. It's just the right amount. The roots and everything can move through, and they can work their way through. Yeah, coconut choir.
Whatever I said's wrong.
Yeah.
Listen to Zen Ginger. She knows.
That's the one I break apart. I soak it a little bit, and then I actually mix up. It almost looks like a really nasty milkshake.
The water's always dirty. It's always nasty for a while, but the plants really enjoy it but it seems like the tanks I have less algae problems with are just sand with gravel. It seems like I don't have the algae problems in those tanks, but I don't know.
He's just like me. Hippocampus is just like me. Look at him. He goes, I get my sand from the golf course.
I would too if he would ever go.
He's just like, any way you can get it cheap and free. Yes.
Cheap and free, yes.
Absolutely.
I always steal it from the
No,
swimming.
thank you, Zen Ginger. I can't remember all the names, everything.
I can't pronounce anything. I know.
I'm always
I might
messing it up.
Yeah.
I know what I do with it. I know exactly. I mean, you could make a video of me doing it. You just have to zoom in on the picture of the bag of what I'm using.
And when the camera comes on, I don't know. I'm like, and then I can't pronounce anything. That doesn't help.
No.
But yeah.
Oh, that's
I
fun.
just mainly need to give you guys updates and try drastically 100% harder. Try harder on the baby brine shrimp because I want to master that. I even got like fancy little ice
Well, we'll
cube
do a
trays.
video on that because we actually we ordered some stuff for that and a little bit different setup, so
We'll
it
try.
should work
Try
a little bit better. The first time it didn't completely fail, but we're gonna go like 80% fail.
Yeah, we got them to hatch at least. I just had trouble separating the eggs that didn't hatch from what I wanted to feed. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I tried the flashlight thing, and yeah, we'll try again. I have like a whole container of eggs to try with, so hopefully it will work.
Yeah, it will. It'll work fine.
Telling yourself it'll work will be half the battle.
Well, 5 years ago, I knew nothing about fish.
Nothing, yeah. Except how to eat them.
Yeah. If you want to talk the outdoor part of it, I'm really good at that part. But
yeah, he's found a new appreciation.
Yeah. Yeah. The last 3 years have been a whirlwind on learning curve. Let me tell you. Go from being a tree guy during the day, and then you're a fish guy in the evening.
Now, if I could get him to edit my video.
That's not going to happen, folks.
That would be awesome.
Don't worry about that. That will never happen.
Here's the hope.
Yeah,
It's so
she can hope.
hard.
Unless you want really bad videos, you don't want me editing.
Well, have you seen, like, I always get comments about my volume on my old videos when I first started, and I know it's awful. And I'm trying. But I guess is there anything that you want to say before we close out? Since it was a short stream today, but
No, join in, Retro. We're talking about anything and everything. Just
for the last couple minutes, we've been mainly
dealing with the heat,
yeah,
the outside ponds, and lots of algae.
lots of algae. There's plenty of fry in all the tanks with the guppies at least, and the rice fish, and even the white clouds and the rosy red minnows. But I'm working on the pike, live bears, and the calico swordtails. They're all pregnant, but they haven't dropped any fry yet.
And we're going to have to do an update on some other fish we got.
And Steen Fought Aquatics dropped a video not too long ago about his solar thing pumps and his outside tubs.
And spoiler alert, we've been using them a lot longer than
they
him.
are awesome. So hopefully I've had them for 2 months. I can show you the video. I have 3 of them. So check out his video on that because hopefully I can get mine out too because they're awesome. They're made for bird baths and like swimming pools and stuff, but I use them in the fish tubs.
Hey, Susan.
Hi, Susan. Fish fan mom.
Yeah.
Bye. But hopefully next week we'll get back at the 5 o'clock time frame. I believe I have a guest, but I'm got to confirm on that. This 7th, I'm not sure if we'll have a stream on that day, but we'll tell you closer to time what we're doing if we go out of town. But other than that, stay tuned and I will finally get a video. I have 2 that are almost done, so I will bring you an update.
I keep pushing her,
soon.
but
I promise. And if you guys don't hear from me soon with the video, message me and tell me to hurry up with the video.
I'll just go ahead and tell her to hurry up now would be great because I've been telling her and nobody listens to me. So
editing's so hard. And it's not that it's hard. It's just sitting down undisturbed from the kids. And it's Shark Fest and Shark Week's coming up. And that's the best week ever. But I guess thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry.
John Larson's right there. Fish are teaching us every day.
They are. They are. They teach me every lesson I need to. Patience, mainly.
Yeah, mostly patience about cleaning the darn thing.
Well, we clean on a very regular schedule. I have the problem of sometimes over cleaning and I need to back off because 2 weeks does the plants good every week, and sometimes I would at the beginning water change a little bit every day was too much. It was just too much.
Yeah. No, Zen Ginger's right. Yeah, if you don't have a big tub, if it's in a bird bath, yeah, they'll walk right to the side and it'll spray over. Mm-hmm. And that the ones we have them in are big tubs, so they can't even spray over the top because we keep the water level down enough.
But they're not like for the highest filtrate. They're not going to clear anything up, but to keep the water kind of not where it's stagnant, it works really well. It doesn't like clouds. It doesn't like rainy days, but it works really well. I like it.
Oh, yeah. One less cord.
Yeah, that was my main thing. I was like, I don't want any more plugins outside. And you're like, okay. I'm like, there's got to be something that's solar.
Yeah.
I was like, there just has to be because I'm so sick of cords.
As soon as we eventually just go to get rid of all the hang on the back stuff you like so much.
Well, I need to be smarter and figure out how to create a filter that's cordless, that's powered by my aquarium light, because since I'm never turning it off because I don't have the ability to turn it off for some reason, that it's just constantly charging my really cool filter. And everything's cordless, but I have no idea how to make it. But if you guys know how to do that, let me know. And we'll work together as a team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they help oxygenate and improve cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because we have it right now on the mosquito fish that his uncle caught outside in that 300-gallon tub. And I was afraid they were going to jump for some reason, but I've seen babies in that tank, and I'm surprised, but I'm not sure if they got eaten up or they're just somewhere where I can't see them now because I don't see them now. But I have seen like 4 or 5 fry in that mosquito fish tub.
Yeah, trying to get native mosquito fish to breed. That's always a good one.
Yeah. But I guess thank you guys for coming and watching my short little chat tonight and hanging out with us. We'll be back next week. And hopefully I'll have...
Who's on next?
I have no idea. I have a couple people lined up. We just have to agree on dates.
Well, no, I mean, who's on next after you?
Oh, tonight? I believe it's Ohio Fish Rescue. That started 4 minutes and 25 seconds ago.
Well, I was just trying to figure out.
But go give them some love, Team Tracy. And I will see you guys next week. You want to say bye?
Bye, guys. Thank you much. It was awesome. Thank you, DMC. I'm glad you like my My baby tears, they're finally taking off crazy. Hopefully next time half the tank's carpeted. It's getting better.
Yep.
Every day.
Much love, guys. Bye.
Bye.